Keep on allowing your breath to enter, going all the way, touching the navel area and going all the way out. Slowly penetrating your awareness little more deeper. Here your breath is going deeper and deeper, touching the root and all the way connecting to the Mother Earth. And from there, whatever the energy existing deeper and deeper in the Mother Earth is drawing the breath. So breath is drawing one energy from the universe and another energy from the Mother Earth. So you are getting two types of energy together. Keep on allowing this energy. Even the in-breath and out-breath, you are experiencing two energies. In-breath, you are receiving the energy from the universe through your nostril. Out-breath, you are receiving the energy from the Mother Earth. And all these energies are processing in your third eye. So keep on allowing this energy to process in your third eye. More and more you become aware about your spiritual eye, third eye. You start connecting to different colors, different shapes, geometrical shapes, colors, all these things coming and going in your third eye space. For that, you keep on be aware about your third eye. All the colors, all the shapes, slowly peeling the layers of your third eye. It's like we are cleaning our specs, certain glass. So these colors will come and clean. All the shapes will come and create more and more clarity to your third eye vision. Slowly and gradually you go beyond all the right or wrongs, good or bad. Simply connect to a clear seeing, seeing as it is. When you see something as it is, from there you can understand what is that energy. It's not something we are judging with our mind. Seeing, you can feel it. When you clearly see, clearly feeling. That clear feeling and clear seeing is activating in this moment by simply allow the breath to touch your third eye. So seeing can help to go deeper and deeper to know a soul. So where you can know whether the soul is in LKG or is the soul is in 10th standard. So there your true compassionate way open. So keep on allowing your third eye to see. So next time when you simply move your awareness to your third eye, you can easily connecting with the same intensity So now we slowly coming back, gradually coming back. With each and every process we are doing in this 7 days, you go much more deeper. Every day you are going deeper and deeper. Every day you connect much deeper. And seeing everything from much more higher perception, bigger reality. Seeing all the emotions, all the memories, all the spaces from a bigger reality. So one, I like you to very slowly coming back. 2, 3, gradually coming back and back to this moment, more rooted, more grounded. Feel like you are completely connected to the earth. You are really rooted in your chair, rooted in the space where you are sitting now. 4 and 5, when you rubbing your palms, even with that rubbing, you become more aligning and connecting to your body. You become more aware about your physicality. So once you rub your palms, placing on your eyes, very gradually you can open your eyes. Welcome, dear friends. So happy to see you all. Yes, Sona Chechi, Sri Bala, Bintu, Lakshmi, Ami, Harita, Priya, Somi, Arundhati Aunty, Jaya, Manchu, Naina, Sumita, Parvati, Saumya, yes. Mini, Sapna, Meera, yeah, Meera from QLU. That number, Brinda, okay. Yep, yes, yep is there. Kaumudi, I don't understand. Let me, Coach Madhavi, okay. Yes, Lata, Arati, Vijayalakshmi, Vanaja, Maya, Mani, Bintu, Sunil, Felicia, Anuja, yes, Meghana, okay, Jane, Deepa, yes, Rupesh, yeah, that is Latu, Latika, Neeta, yeah, Shailaja, Sandeep, yeah, okay, Sandeep, Alexi, okay. So, dear friends, from today to next 7 days, yeah, total 7 days. The name of the program is Meditation on COVID Healing and Prevention. Okay, this is not a program for challenging anything. Actually, we need to question certain aspects all the time, because we always forget one aspect of our own reality, that is our spiritual reality. We always think of that we are in physicality. We do everything. We keep fighting or we take a flight, or either we become freeze or become a standby mode. These are all our physical realities. Okay, COVID come, we start fighting with COVID. We are not looking into why it is coming. Okay, we can eradicate, because with our human power, we can eradicate COVID, eradicate everything. So what happened? Something else again come. Okay, again we are fighting, because we are seeing this fighting from the history. We are listening about a lot of fighting stories. But fighting is always thrilling, especially thrilling for a teenager. When I'm in teenage, I always like fighting. Otherwise, flighting. It's a teenage mind. But we need to check all the time we want to be stuck in the teenage mind, or we need to mature enough, grow. What is our intention inside? So I hope whoever participating today, they definitely have an intention of grow inside rather than stuck in the teenage mode. I'm not saying teenage is bad, don't think. Teenage is a very good age. But that age, we need to explore it. There we can fight, because when I'm in teenage, I don't like to learn yoga. I like to learn karate, kung fu, because to fight. But later I realized that the real principle of kung fu or karate is making peace with the enemy. So here also we need to make, suppose we feel COVID is an enemy, we can make peace with the enemy. How we can make friendship with the enemy? Friendship doesn't mean that, don't think that, okay, friendship means take that person and sitting on your lap or give kiss or hugging. It's not meaning like that. Friendship, it's like a peace. You feel comfortable, you feel relaxed, rather than with lot of fear, lot of rejection. So this program is based, I already mentioned, it is based on the constellation we did in Dubai with 12 wonderful participants, and I am facilitating, and the person who completely take the documentation by Priya also. So this is total effort in. So what happened is, from there is something beautiful will understand why this COVID come and what it really tried to teach us, how we can come out. So each day, each aspect we are working. That's very important. Because we always feel spirituality means to escaping from the life all the time in some universe, traveling in the different dimensions of the universe. Then we can be stay there. We don't need to come here. How we can explore and experience our spirituality here in the earth plane? Because we forget that we are a spiritual being coming in this physical body. Still we believe that, a lot of people still believe that I have a physical body, then there is a soul which I take to sustain this physical body. Once the soul is gone, I am gone. So those people feel there is nothing in the law of karma. There is nothing called law of karma. So I call those people are lazy people. They don't want to look and believe that there is a past existing. Because it's a past, we don't need to memorize. It's like a child going for an exam and feel that, oh, I am not memorizing anything. Even memorizing need certain effort. But our lazy mind don't want to put any effort. How to get a short method? Suppose a headache comes, we go to a medical shop, buy some Crocin or paracetamol or something, have it and feel that, wow. Even nowadays, there is an interesting aspect called placebo effect, placebo effect. Whether the doctor will tell that this is Crocin and just giving some other medicine, and you eat it and you feel released. So many books are written about placebo, but still we are stuck in the physical thing. So, okay, we can throw away the COVID, no problem. But coming 2025, another thing will come. Maybe when our quest to grow is so deeper, it will come in 2023 itself. So keep on coming, but what is the purpose of it to come? To experience and explore our spiritual nature, whether we are living in this earthly realm. Interestingly, even when we die in a Bardo realm, that is a between state, we can become enlightened. Then why we want to be enlightened in this earth plane? Because the earthly enlightenment is different from other plane enlightenment. So here, we are coming here to go through all the challenges. Even we are trying to put all the philosophy. There are a lot of philosophies. From the ancient time, there are a lot of philosophies. And one of the philosophies, we itself is God. When it is only in the theoretical level, that's called philosophy. But once we can put it in our practice, how we can experience our godliness, then it becomes real spirituality. Spirituality means putting in our practice. We all say that our body has lot of ability to heal, but how many are really exploring that healing methodology? We learn yoga, we learn pranayama, pranic healing, that so many method of healings are there. We go through all the healing, but still some issue come, we again enter into the physical reality. We never explore or experiment. So here, why we are not experimenting? There is my question. So there lies this program is important, because there is an innate fear we keep on experiencing. And from that innate fear, we all have a deep death urge. Any problem comes, the first word we tell to ourselves is, I don't want to live. Oh God, today is the last day, please. Because in my childhood, I pray all the time like this. Every night I pray. I'm not saying that my father or my mother is a bad person. But for me, I feel it is so disturbed to live here, because nobody can understand what I am talking. That's the situation happened. But now everybody is understanding what I am talking. Situation changed. Because now it's the time to talk. That time, what I'm talking, they all feel it is something in the air. So what I feel is I always have a deep death urge. I don't want to live. I want to die. I want to die. But that time I didn't understand why this death urge. What is the real reason behind my death urge? Because there is no life urge. There is no life zest. Still, I am not telling that I am reached to the 100% life state. Still, I am thriving on it. Thriving to reach to that 100% life zest. A zest of living. That is really a state of enlightenment, a person who experiences a lot of zest to live. Life itself is something wonderful. Rather than, okay, oh, my life is over, I want to go there. So I want moksham to go there. Because we hate life. When we hate life, we need to come back to this life again and again, the day we really embrace the life. So embracing the life is in a theoretical level, because it contains only one or two words. Okay, embrace life, only two words. Very easy to speak, but put it into our practice in our daily life. There are a lot of efforts. There are a lot of things we need to face. All the fear which is deeper in our consciousness only go the moment we face. Even the greatest master Buddha, he faced lot of fear before enlightenment. Lot of devils, they come, they face. But before, he has that fear. When a devil come, he fear. A ghost come, he fear. A spirit come, he fear. First thing is fear. But then we slowly and gradually take our soul energy to face. Facing doesn't mean that, oh, this is not devil, this is God. When you think it is God, you can face. Buddha never faced in that way. Devil as devil. Face it. Then that compassion flow. Compassion to that devil itself flow by accepting it as it exactly what it is. Because we can easily say, okay, something we say that, oh, it is dirty. We say that, oh, I can take it with a feeling that, oh, this is not dirty, this is something good. This is something like a sweet. It's not in that way. We need to accept it as it is. As it is means, okay, now Parvati is wearing a black dress. It is black, right? It is black. We never, when it is white, I am accepting. When it is pink, I am accepting. Means I am not reached to a state where I am accepting it is black. When it is black, it is black. Okay, it is maroon, it is maroon, or it is pink, or whatever the color, we need to accept as it is. This acceptance only come once we learn the first lesson. Today I am sharing the first thing which I learned. That role is played by Ami actually. So I have a lot of gratitude to Ami for playing that role. But that role is, she come as a death urge, but later it becomes a life urge, and at the end we realize what is that. So there is a beautiful slogan, or we can call it as a saying in India, is called Matru Devo Bhava. Matru Devo Bhava means my mother is my first God. How we realize it? Saying is very easy. Even I'm still realizing it. What is that godliness inside her? Some days it is difficult for me to accept that she's a God. Some days I feel she's a devil. Or especially some childhood trauma. Okay, she beaten me. She putting food on my mouth. Those memories will open. I can't accept that she's a God. But I keep on observing why it is happened to my life. Because in my childhood, I always has a tendency to sit in a very easy chair and sipping the tea. I can sip the tea for hours by simply sitting in the easy chair. But that time, my mother shouted at me, mother is angry at me. And as a child, it is a trauma, lot of shock. So what happened when I grow, I have a lot of resentment to my mother. I'm not ready to accept my mother as she is, because I want to change my mother. Interestingly, I have some deeper intention inside. My mother one day accept that I am her, what we call in English, she need to feel that, okay, she gave birth to me is something proud. Not in the proud word, something else, but it's only in my Malayalam language. A blessing, yeah, she need to feel that I am a blessing. But interestingly, last so many days, every day she is calling me, she is telling me that you born as a blessing. But how it reach? It reach only by accepting her. What is her role in my life? For that, I really need to explore my soul plane, experience my soul space. What is that role? Okay, we give a role to my mother. Why I give this role? Anyway, I am accepting that there are a lot of trauma, pain. All mothers are not same. Some mothers are so cruel. So okay, fine. But still, why I give? Because one of my past life I see, my mother left me in a street. It's a very terrible life, but I didn't understand why in that life my mother leave me like that. I keep on crying to know why. But later I explore different dimensions of my consciousness. I understand there is a arrogance I holding inside. Because if mother is there, we just taken for granted. Oh, mother is there. Mother is always there. We never feel gratitude to her, what she did. We take it granted. Sometimes we taken all the relationships granted. But the mother, accepting the mother is our first step. We need to intend. Today, I request everyone to intend that I want to heal my relationship with my mother completely. Because a day when you heal, even whether she is in this earth plane or not, doesn't matter. Sometimes once she crossed, we feel that, oh, I love my mother. The mother is my greatest gift, everything will say. The saying is not needed. We need to experience it. We need to feel it. The once we feel it, we reach to a state called abundance. We always talk about abundance. We attend a lot of workshop. Even I am also planning to do a workshop on abundance, but the real abundance, the true abundance in all aspects. Abundance can come in the form of wealth or money, knowledge, nourishment, love. In all aspect of abundance only reach the moment we completely embrace and accept our mother as it is. As it is means, in certain aspects, she is so cruel to you. She beaten you. I'm not saying that accepting means, okay, wherever she beaten today, you say that, oh, my mother beaten so that I reached to this stage, and I am, so my mother beaten, so I learned so much, and I got a degree, I got a job. That is something we are putting some, what we call some massaging on our own trauma. So we need to acknowledge our trauma. Trauma is there. Sometimes we feel angry. Okay, I'm angry at my mother. In this aspect, I'm angry. Don't say that, oh, in this aspect, oh, sir, in the class said we need to embrace the mother. So you are going and embracing our work. When you are angry in certain things, stay there and look into it. Why I am so much anger? Then you see your pain. You know your pain. These today to these 6 7 days, I am only creating a pathway to you. It's not complete healing. It's a pathway. But this pathway, when your intention is real, there are a lot other opportunities will come to you in different way. Even in meditation, sometimes this will come. In one of my meditation, I connect to my mother and just sitting, and I have a lot of grudge, a lot of anger towards mother. I simply meditate. I accept that is this part I have anger, this part I cannot forgiving you, but keep on going deeper and deeper. And at the end, what I see is there are a lot of gold coins are coming and dropping on my head. Something beautiful happened inside my heart. After that day, actually, my relationship with my mother slowly and gradually healed. Till day, because that day what I did is I keep accept all my complaints, all my blame. I tell that yes, because nowadays there is a beautiful pattern we are all doing is we simply polishing all our complaint with spirituality. We say, I'm in spiritual science. Oh, Madhur Devo Bhava. Oh, tomorrow onwards, she is the God. I'm worshipping her. How can you worship? You need to accept, understand, even whatever she did. Okay, one of my experience is in my third standard, I got very low mark. So what I did is I'm not showing my paper to my mother. I put it in my cupboard. So what happened? One mother will ask to one of my friend, and he said, "Oh, already paper is given by the teacher, but I am not showing it because of my fear. I am not showing it. What's going to happen?" And mainly my concern is my mother become sad because my mark is low, because she sitting all the time with me to teach me, and I am getting a low mark. So what happened? The moment she realized that I did something lie, or I tell some lies, she beaten like anything. A lot of time I can't forgive her. I hold on to that anger. Why she beaten me? Why she do? Then one day keep on asking the question, why this beaten, rather than from a victim space. Normally this question is why putting ourselves into a victim state. I really want to know what is the bigger reality of that beating, because I am just doing small lie, just put that paper, but that role I am given to her is I need to be truthful in this life. I want to speak, I want to experience the truth. So that's why I given that role. But that understanding only comes after I heal all that pain existing in me. But healing only comes once we take the responsibility of what I experienced. Okay, when mother beaten, what happened? I experienced pain. Whatever the word she shared, I experienced pain. So I completely embrace that pain. Because when we deny the pain, what happens? We experience a lot of death urge. Even I see people when someone will go, okay, my mother is going, I am leaving from the mother, okay, my mother is in Trivandrum, now I am in Kochi. I am coming from there is some pain there. That pain of leaving her there. Every son, every daughter experience certain pain in relationships. When we leave our loved ones, there is a pain. Even when my wife is going to kill you, there is a pain there. I'm not expressing pain, but I am experiencing a pain. That space, because now I and my son alone exist here. There is a space. She's not there. That space. That time we understand. Even there is nothing speaking or anything. There is nothing communication. Still that space. Even a cat. When there is a cat in your home, tomorrow that cat is not there, we experience a pain. But what happened? We deny the pain. Spirituality doesn't mean that we need to deny the pain. Spirituality means we need to accept the pain. The pain is there. I see a lot of situation people deny the pain. What happened? We feel anger to that person. Because one of my experience also I would like to share about this, because I have a cat in my 6th standard. Cat means I up to 6th standards. Every class I have one cat. Sometimes cat will die, sometimes cat will go away. But this cat is, I taken this cat when it is so small. I am giving milk by giving through syringe, and like that I am pampering. And that's the way I am taking care of that cat. What happened? Once that cat is grown, my mother every day come from the office with some sort of snacks, and one day this cat jump into the table and eat all the snack. So my mother is angry at the cat. My mother say, I'm buying this snack for my kids, not for you. So next day this cat is not there, cat gone. I feel betrayed. The cat betrayed me. Cat abandoned me. I didn't recognize in that time. Only once I enter into this time also I recognize, because I don't like cat after that. When some cat comes, I am so angry towards cat. Because, and I am angry towards my mother also. Because my mother said this, cat run away. I am angry towards two persons. But what is my reality is my pain, because I love that cat a lot. I keep on polishing or keep on suppressing that pain inside me. But once a day, I accept that, yes, I have this pain that cat left, because I am ashamed to share that pain in that age. Because when I share to some people, my friends, that I am feeling pain because my cat gone, they simply laugh. Oh, a cat gone. Why? What is? I don't know whether in other space you are experiencing like this, but I am experiencing in my schools, because I talk to my friends about my cat. Oh, I have the cat. This cat playing like this. So what happened? Everyone say, "Oh, cat. What is cat? What is big thing about cat? Or why you are crying when you are leaving your mother? What is big thing? Because we are 6th standard. Boys, big. So that age, I lot of shame, I shut down this pain. But now I have no shame about that. It is okay to cry. When the cat is gone, I can cry, because that is love. In loving relationship, sometimes tears are there. The loved ones will go, even the deaths. I heard one story about in Ramayana, when I forgot the name, about Whose Ramayana is for? Rama. Okay, I got the Rama. Yeah. Rama, actually, Dasharatha Maharaja died. Rama cried. Everyone think, oh, Rama is a so big soul. Why he cried? Because now I see a lot of person believe that I'm spiritual. When my mother died, I never cried. When it's crying is there. Sometimes some realization is there. Some realization there is no tears, but still there is tears. That is what I experienced when my grandmother died. Even I have a deeper feeling that she gone to a better place, because that is the place she showed me in a dream. But still there is a tear come because I can't see her physically. Because I miss her physically. That physical missing is something very valuable. We need to embrace when we come here in the earth plane. So today, the topic is Mother. Mother Devo Bhava. So today, the meditation is to connect to our mother. We need to talk to our mother. Even recently, one of the experience with one of my friend, that person can't speak to the mother what that person is experiencing inside, that pain. Because when I share this pain, my mother experienced pain. I always heard about female fetus, that when in the time of birthing time, they don't want to give pain to their mother. So they stuck there. So that creates a lot of pain. It always happens. But boys have no feeling towards the mother, they come out. I'm not saying because it is a feeling of understanding the pain of the mother, relating the pain through the gender relating. So in the earthly realm, everything is so valuable, so important. We need to accept. So sometimes we shut so much of pain, because I have a fear of losing my mother. Even in my 10th standard, I have a lot of fear of losing my mother. So one of my friends, not my friend, my brother's friend's mother died. That person go into crazy, become mad. And I tell to my mother that I don't want to be mad when you die. So I'm separating from you now. So in college, I'm going in some other place and learn. Because I know I have the pain. But that time I don't want to experience the pain. What happened? I shut my relationship with my mother in that age when I'm in the 10th standard. So then I go to that place, I heal. So there are so many incidents in our life we shut our relationship with our mother. Even with our anger, with our pain, then it becomes a resentment. We never understand. My wife, Ladhu, she attended one of the workshop called Dream Science. In that science, what they had shared about the mother is our inner conditioning. So when we observing our mother, what the mother is doing outside, sometimes it is a reflection of our inner conditioning. For example, today actually I realized that in my childhood, my mother showed one of the situation whether her mother died, she entered into a depression. So today I realized that, oh, in my inner condition space, when I come here, I taken a depression, a chance of depression. So then I work on that. Where? Because I worked a lot of past lives, and one of the past life, that trait of being depression is there. Then I healed. Before doing this class, I healed that depression conditioning inside me. Because I have that conditioning to depression, to have a feel to die. It's a conditioning we are holding inside. So by observing your mother, you can understand what are the conditions. Suppose your mother is showing that, oh, illness, fear of illness. It can be your inner conditioning. Because in some lifetime, you may die with an illness, you carry that condition, you carry that belief, that vasana. So many things. Maybe your mother my mother always shame at me in some aspect, teasing in front of friends or in front of relatives. That time I didn't understand why she is teasing, because actually certain aspect I take a decision that I want to come out. That's what I said, that in my childhood I have a tendency to sit in a lazy chair drinking the tea. But my purpose is to meet people, communicate with people, because I don't like to communicate with people. But my mother pushed, because my inner aspect want to communicate with people. My inner aspect want to share whatever I travel. So for that, actually, I have that condition to hold back. I don't want to do anything, simply sitting. Still, sometimes I work on that, I chop it, I go beyond, keep on working. So, my mother is our inner aspect, inner conditioning. So, when you think about your mother, you can understand what is your inner conditioning. What are the conditioning aspects, that beliefs you are holding inside? So understand the golden opportunity of observing the mother. Okay, in some cases, our mother died earlier when give birth to die. Suppose someone sitting here has that situation, that is also showing something. We can work what that mother really communicates. Or sometimes the mother leave you and some other mother adopted you, an adopted child. That time also there is some message. Definitely we need to accept the pain, but acknowledge that this is my pain, and not giving the responsibility of your pain to your mother. Take the responsibility that this is the pain I am experiencing. Whoever giving the pain, even not the mother, accept that this is my pain. Through this pain, how I can grow. Because all in relationships, we choose certain pain. Mother means all the female relationships, all the feminine aspects in your life, your inner conditioning, earthly situations. So there we need to ask why the COVID come, why this virus is coming, what it tried to teach, what is the purpose? Are we really want to fight with our mother? Flight from the mother, because it's an earthly realm. It is telling you that we all have taken some sort of death urge that we realize through that constellation. We hold certain death urge. I don't want to live. Any problem comes, I want to die, because I don't want to face problem. So once we heal certain relationship with the mother, slowly and gradually we got a deeper power to face the life. Mother always help to face the life, because a mother can only bear the pain of delivering. So understand that divinity of that female aspect, that mother, that power. Everyone has that mother inside. Even inside me, there is a mother. I only experienced the moment my son is small and Ladhu had an operation. That time I realized my mother inside. Everyone, even a male or a female, there is a mother inside. It's a very bigger aspect. A mother only can bear so much pain. That's a power. Don't think it is a weakness. Sometimes we feel that, oh, taking the pain is something weak. It is not weak. It is our true potential, true power to sustain in this earthly realm. Even there is some physical illness come, something hit, we can bear the pain. Bear the pain doesn't mean that ignoring the pain, denying the pain. These two are two different things. Denial means, oh, there is no pain. You are ignoring it by thinking something else. We always try to pretend. The bearing pains means you accept the pain. When a mother gives birth to a child, that time she accepts, okay, through this pain, I am doing something beautiful. That time you understand. Then only you understand the sacredity of whatever the wound we experienced, even from our mother, whatever the wound we experienced. Otherwise, we cannot live in this earth plane. We always disconnecting the earth plane. We always in some upper realm, in the sky. The earth only comes with the mother, and with the mother only we experience abundance. So here in the meditation, we need to acknowledge, first process is talk your mother. Means in this webinar, it is very easy that nobody listen you what you are talking. So in your room, somebody is there, you can say that, okay, for another some minute, go outside, stay there, and you need to talk your mother. Talk the mother, the language, your language. When I'm talking, I talk in my language. I call Amma. I call from my deeper heart. Then we need to communicate. Before connecting to that, we do certain meditation. Then we do the process to communicate. That communication is so important because first person need to know whatever the pain I am going through as a child. Even there are so many things we never share to our mother because of some fear. But here, it is an opportunity because I understand even in this plane, when we are communicating, we are really telepathically, we are sharing to our mother, to her soul. You can see the difference after a deep talking. You can see it. That seeing, definitely you can experience. When your mother is here, you can see it. When your mother is in the other plane, definitely she come in your dream. But whoever did this process, they experienced it. Your mother already passed away, definitely she come. And if you are an adopted child, your mother is someone, but your real mother will come. Real mother will touch you. Because meeting the real mother is so important. Very important for our growth. So when you are ready, you can close your eyes, drink more water. Sit comfortably. You can sit in your own comfortable posture, whatever the posture is comfortable for you. So in a time, we change the postures in this process. I already shared with you. In changing the posture means you have all the freedom of changing the posture according to your age group. Suppose you are a child, sometimes you feel to put all your leg on the chair, sitting in a different posture, whatever the posture spontaneously coming to you, allow it to flow. So there is no rigid rule that you sit straight, spine straight, and be here in this meditation. You can make any change. Okay? So close your eyes. You can remove your specs. Sit comfortably, relaxed. Completely connect your third eye for a while. And when the breath is coming, feel the breath is touching your third eye. Each and every breath is coming, you allow your inner eye, your wisdom eye. The eye can see the big picture of the relationship, the big picture of life. So keep on allowing that eye to open throughout this process. With each and every breath, it is knocking your third eye, touching your third eye. Feel that you and your breath alone existing in this space now. More and more you allow the breath, more and more your mind becomes empty. Mind becomes relaxed. You are focused deeper on your thought and your third eye. More than my instruction, there is some sort of vibrations, frequencies. I'm sharing telepathically that you all have the capacity to receive it from now. All the wisdoms traveling from the higher plane, you can receive it. You totally open yourself to be a receiver. In this moment, from your third eye, put a deeper intention that I really want to heal my relationship with my mother. I really want to experience my mother. I want to experience my mother. I want to feel my mother. I want to explore the love of my mother. It's not any imagination or any sort of sankalpa. It is an experience I want. For that, now I'd like you to connect to a beautiful white light, which is always available from the fifth dimension, existing above your top of your head. In this moment, you simply witnessing that light to touch the center of your head and feel like you are under the shower of a pure white light. You simply allowing this light to fill you from the top of your head, filling your forehead, your eyes, ears, nose, cheeks, lips, chin, neck and throat area, shoulders and arms, your whole back, chest, abdomen, all the way down and down and down. Through your hip, buttocks, genitals, thighs, knees, calf muscles, ankles, and toes. This light really share you an amazing protecting energies, and all the energies inside the light is for your highest good. Once the light is filling your whole being, this light always protect you and become like a ball, and you can easily feel like sitting inside a cocoon of light. You are so protected. All your energies are so protected. All your lower and higher frequencies are protected. All your thought layers, emotional layers are completely protected. You can be so vulnerable inside this cocoon of light. You can be as you are. In this moment, imagine there is a doorway in front of you, completely allowing through your own perception to seeing it, feeling it, or it can be a knowing or an impression. There is a doorway. When I count from 3 to 1, this doorway is completely opening and you can walking through this corridor towards the other end. 3, moving, opening the door, stepping through that corridor. This corridor is sharing some peaceful energies. 2, when you are walking through this corridor, you feel some amazing peaceful energy. And 1, in this moment you reach to another door. Once you open the door, you enter inside a room. The moment you are inside the room is filled with amazing fragrance, living some indoor plants. That room is so decorated well. You have so much enthusiasm now to enter inside the room, but just be patient outside the room. But inside you have a deeper knowing that the higher self of my mother is sitting inside this room. I'm going to meet the higher self of my mother. She's with so much light and love. There are 3 chairs inside the room. So now I'm counting from 3 to 1. You open the door with so much enthusiasm that I can be myself in this moment. 3, 2, when you open, the first thing you are experiencing is the higher self of your mother is sitting on a chair inside the room. 1, I'd like you to feel, see, and experience the higher self of your mother sitting in that chair. And there are 2 more chairs in that room. 1 chair you can sit there. Another chair is for your higher self. In that space, I like you to call with your third eye, power of your third eye, inviting the presence of your own higher self. It comes in its own form, its own way. A nice smiling way it is coming and sitting in 1 chair, and you are sitting in another chair. When all of you are there, you can feel your mother is simply smiling and she's simply showing from her heart space a deep apology to be hard in front of you in certain life experiences. So she's sharing that apologizing energy in this moment. So even that energy is coming and touching you with the presence of your own higher self. In this time, I like you to call her the way you are calling her in this earthly plane. Then it is for me, I call Amma. Whatever the way you are calling, you call her. And in this moment, from that nice, amazing energy from her heart space is touching you, you have all the freedom to share because she's not in a space of hurting, offending, or defending. She's in a space to listen you. What exactly you experienced in this life when she becomes hard on you, she becomes so rough on you, certain abusive language she used, whatever she used in this moment, she really want to listen what you experienced. In this space, I really want you to talk to her. From each and every cell of your body, I like to share your feelings, share the grief you are holding, sharing the resentment you are holding, till it reach to a neutral space. Keep talking to her. When you talk to her, when you feel some emotions are coming out, it's okay, it is natural. Allowing it to share. Even when you feel to lie on her lap, it's okay. Whatever you feel, And according to that feeling, I like you to shift your posture, physical posture, and share which event, which incident in your life you are unable to forgive with her. Still you are holding, still it is paining, still it is so disturbing, still you don't feel to live here. Whenever that statement or that sentence coming from your mother's mouth, still it is so painful, like a nail pricking inside, touching. Even you really want to forgive, but you feel unable to forgive her. You feel anger, you feel rage inside, resentment inside. But the true, authentic emotion, what it is, in this moment, you can express it. Everything. When you feel anger, you share that I feel so much anger. When you hate, you can share. I heard some child say that I want my mother to die. And that time when she behaved like that, it is okay to share your true authentic feeling, because your mother is such state to receive, listen you. Take it as an opportunity to speak out everything. Her higher self is completely listening, not to justify her mistake or anything, just to understand what you experienced, what you feel. So completely share. Speak out. Allow the voice to come out. Rather than putting inside your mouth, express it with words outside. Tell her. You are holding any fear which is coming from your mother, share this. Still, you are experiencing a fear which is coming from your mother, share it. This is what you are experiencing. Whatever the aspect of your life, it can be physical, emotional, mental, in relationship, it can be in health, it can be money, it can be in spirituality, it can be in knowledge. What is that pain? moment with the presence of that higher self. Just listen. What is that greater plan? What is the role your mother is playing to expand your potential? Releasing certain aspect. What exactly she did. Simply ask your higher self. Just listen. What is coming from your own higher self? What role your mother is played? When you still feel a lack of clarity about that aspect of role, this moment I'm counting from 1 to 10. You all come out from that room, just allowing you to traveling higher and higher to much more bigger frequency space through a golden staircase, stepping all the way to that beautiful space to elevate your consciousness, to understand. And from there, you can look all the memories very easily. 1, going higher and higher. 2, stepping all the way higher and higher. 3, moving to that higher version space. 4, it's simply allowing your body to go easily. That energetical body can easily going higher and higher. 7, 8, 9, and in that space, you completely detach from that physical life. Observe what exactly you both designed to together coming and experiencing. What's your real plan? You come with your mother to experience what you both really planned. Just ask. Sometimes through the conversation, it appears. You simply stay there. What is that bigger plan? Even you still lacking any clarity, you can ask your higher self to show a futuristic space to get a big picture about the way your mother doing things, the plan and it worked and where it reached. So this moment, I'd like you to tell her that even if you have a lot of other complaints or anything more, tell her that I'll come back to you again. I will share everything step by step. I want to retrieve all my energies. And that space observe through certain events or certain experience. What part of your soul energy really lost? Just observe and understand now. It can be your playfulness, it can be your courage, it can be your freedom. What you lost when your mother becomes so rough or hard to you in that space, or your freeness of loving, that energy of free flowing, what you lost for learning something, what you lost. In this moment, I'm counting from 5 to 1. I'd like you to go back to that time where you lost certain soul energy or your soul becomes some fragment. 5, going all the way back in time to that significant memory which spontaneously opening now. 4, where you lost certain energy which is so needed in this time. 3, 2, you reached that time now. 1, once you landed in that memory with all the support of your higher self, of you and your mothers, in that space, observe what soul energy you lost when your mother behaved in certain way or expressed in certain way, and what is the color of that energy. And the moment that energy you lost, some other energy enter inside your system. That energy you can easily identify now by simply observing your body, because certain part of your body is showing certain unusual sensation or disturbing sensation. It can be pain or itching or numbness. In this moment, whatever you realize, that energy which enter from that space which is not yours, you can breathe out with all the support of your higher self, of you and your mother's higher self. You can breathe out, completely, release it completely. Or sometimes you feel it is so pain, you can make a sound of ah, like ah, like ways you can release that energy, but completely release it, empty that part of your body still holding that energy. Release that energy. That holding that energy can be a hook for some other energies. So releasing it means you are releasing that opportunity of other energy to enter. You completely release that energy, releasing that void. At this same moment, when you are releasing that energy, parallelly, I like you to receive that energy you lost. When you inhale, you take that positive energy you lost in that space, your soul energy. While each exhalation, all that negative energies are letting go from you. That even that resentment you are holding, anger you are holding towards your mother of losing your soul energy, that is completely releasing now. So in this moment, I'd like you to deeply focus on your breath. Inhale, take all that energy. Exhale, you are letting go all the energy which is hold inside, numbed inside, which is not giving a freedom. Keep breathing. Take your own time. The same moment, you to appreciate yourself for your courage to seeing the wound connecting the wound, releasing the energy and retrieving your own energy. You appreciate yourself, thanking your mothers and your own higher self to be there. And slowly and gradually come back to your body. Feel your body. Just move your arms, hands, just wave, expand yourself, do some stretch, feel it. Or you can shake your body so that anything pending from those space is releasing. And now I'm counting, you come back and back to this moment, this place, and just enter inside that cocoon light. One, come back and feel the cocoon of light protecting you, around you. Two, experience that energy, saying a big gratitude to your mother and her higher self, and tell that I know it is not over. I need to heal it more deeper. I want your support. You need to come again to guide me, help me through meditation, through dream, in all whatever the way, or through a teacher or a workshop or any ways, come and help me and heal me completely. I really want to experience your true unconditional love. I really want to experience it. I feel it is so worth to experience in this life, to choose you as my mother. It is my birthright to experience your unconditional love you are holding. I really want to feel in my heart, feel it on my whole cells. 4 and 5, you rubbing your palms, place it on your eyes. Very slowly and gradually, you can open your eyes. Those who are comfortable, you can switch on your video. You can see each other. Still you feel, anybody feel anything pending, any emotion inside? After this session or before sleeping, you can again breathe out. You can intend, because in sleep there are a lot of guides, masters, support. So once you intend, I really want to heal, even your sleep, they heal you. The higher self of you and your mother will come and really help you. Yes. If you want to share what you experienced, they can share, because sharing always bring more insight. Yes.
Can
Yeah. Yes, Andy. Yes.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just seeing only seeing my mother. Then there was some clash during the early period of my wedding. There was some clash between my mother and my husband, and because of that, I was suffering a lot. A lot I was suffering. I didn't want to speak to my mother. I was cornered in my house, and I was carrying it for a long time. I thought it is healed, but I know that that thing is still remaining in me. When I came to this session, I met my mother. Just she is sitting, but I couldn't talk to her. But at the same time, I was feeling a very strong, not itching, pricking in the little finger, the toe of my left hand. Pricking means, no, I can't sit. I was doing this and that, and I was very restless. Strong pricking under my little toe of the left leg. But I was not even climbing the gold steps and going higher. I was not able to get any answer for this. Hope I will get in my dream, because actually I want to heal that. But what it showed, that is what is the pricking, very strong pricking. Pricking means a long line. Throughout the line, it was pricking a lot.
Yes. Through that pricking, what do you expect?
Excuse me. The video is, I'm not able to connect the video. I was not able to connect the video. What did you say, sir? Through the pricking?
What part of that memory you are still stuck?
What part of the memory?
Yeah.
When I came back from my college, my mother and my sister's mother-in-law were talking to each other about my husband. And when I entered the house, every time when they were sitting when I entered the house, they will suddenly stop talking, and it gave such a pain. I can't explain that. I felt I am living in a lodge or something, not in my own house. That time, see, I'm feeling I was cornered a lot during that time. Cornered a lot.
Actually, what is your pain with your mother through that event? Or what is your real complaint or your disturbance?
Why she is not understanding me? Because I think a mother should know all the pains or all the sufferings of a daughter, but she's not ready to understand me. She's not ready to, ready to know what all pains I am going through because of this cornering. She's not able to understand, or she is resisting and making me more uncomfortable, and leading me to more pain. So separation, that there there was much separation between me and my mother that time.
So you feel it is separation or
Yeah,
not understanding, which is more prominent, which is
separation,
for you.
separation, mental separation.
Separation.
Though I lived in that house, I thought, I felt as if I'm a paying guest, like that, without any.
Yeah,
I just,
this is what you need to talk to her.
yeah,
You
really.
talk to her, you talk that I feel a lot of separation. I'm feeling the pain that you separating me.
Yeah, really.
I'm feeling
Exactly.
that. So keep on you ask, definitely your mother's higher self guide you to
Yes.
the real space or real reason,
Yeah.
separation, and what is the role of this separation in your life. When
Yeah.
she's not separating from you, what you are going to experience. There is some
On the basis of some very still it is it's not pricking, still now it's pricking on the basis of some very silly issues. There was much chaos in my house, and there was very um, talks between my husband and my mother, and I was in between. I was suffering a lot in between these two people. So I thought it is the duty of my mother to know me, and uh, she should keep mum. She should not fight with my husband, because I didn't go away with one man I selected, and I didn't run away with him. It was a proper marriage, proper planned marriage. So there is no a wrong thing from my side. I only obeyed them, and so it is my duty. It's the duty of my mother to understand me, and she should have kept away from all these problems. That is my argument.
So you feel that she is not understanding you and
Yeah,
separation
yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah.
or did you feel that it is because of the separation she is not understanding me? Which is your pride? Not understanding and separation, or separation and understanding? Which is first?
Not understanding, and because of that I feel separated. Not understanding me properly. She, as a mother, she should not have behaved like that.
First,
I
we need
understand.
to release that she should not or she would not, because we don't have the right to judge her. We can only
Ah.
ask this question.
Okay. So
You're not, you can tell her that you're not understanding me is my pain.
yeah,
You're not understanding me. That is my
yeah,
pain. Keep telling
yeah,
her this is my pain. I'm
yeah,
holding my pain that you are not understanding me.
really.
Or you
Yes.
share your pain slowly, the thing will open. What is the
Ah.
truth that opened?
Okay, okay. So in the dream,
Then in meditation you can connect to your higher self and understand. Suppose
okay. So
understanding mother, what you are going to experience. Now she is not
yes,
an understanding mother. What is the role which she is playing, that she is not an understanding mother?
yes, yes. So in the dream, I will get, or I have to redo this session again. Is this a meditation again?
You just intend and sleep today anyway.
Okay, okay.
Definitely when there is any answer come, okay, fine. When there is no answer come, you can again tell her. Before sleep, you
Yes.
tell her that this is the complaint, this is the pain I'm holding, that you
Yeah.
are not understanding me.
Yeah.
You cannot say that you should understand. When it is something, it's a judgment, it's some sort of arrogance we are showing.
Yes, yes.
Right. We can only say that I have this feeling. I am
Okay.
feeling like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Anybody?
Sir, Parvati. Can you hear me, sir? First of all, a big thank you and gratitude for this wonderful session. It was really emotional because for the past few days, I was experiencing a lot of pain. Even I talked to Chechi about it. I was the session in the beginning of the session when you talked about death urge and all that. For the past few days, that is what I was going through because I didn't know what was the reason behind it. So I have been talking to Latu Chechi. So I have been doing certain things which she instructed me to do. But today, the session, when you started speaking, I felt as if, like you were speaking only to me because this is what I was destined to hear it. I was destined to hear it right from you. So a very big thank you and gratitude to you for this wonderful session, like the very beginning itself. And then connecting to my mother, the superior energy, the soul energy. What I experienced is I always have a complaint with my mother. I have even shared it with her that she is not physically intimate with me. I am the only child of my parents, and I love it when my mother, like hugs me or kisses me, or to lie on her lap and all that. But she doesn't do it, and do it in the sense it's not because she doesn't love me, but I don't know. There is some sort of she's holding back something, so I always feel a lack of it somewhere because sometimes you need a hug. But it's like when I go and hug her also, she's kind of shy or something. She doesn't reciprocate it. So it has hurt me quite a lot. And there have been very many situations where when I behave in a certain way, she is very happy. She has the love kind of feeling towards me. But when I behave contrary to her expectations, like opposite to her expectations, or certain conditions, she's not happy. And every time, like even in the small instances, she always has the self-doubt, whether, I love her more or whether I love somebody else and all that. There is a sort of insecurity or self-doubt in her. So I have always, because, and many times I have to tell her that, I love you, you are my mother and all that. So that gives me a sort of, I don't know, it's a very difficult feeling, because proving, you shouldn't be proving it to your mother. You shouldn't be telling it to your mother. So I have always had that complaint, why are you doing this? So when I met her in that room, uh, that was the first thing. I was crying and crying a lot, because I didn't realize that all these things were inside me so much. It's a very small thing, but now today I realize it's not a small thing. So I spoke to her and saying that, why are you doing this? Don't do this to me. I don't want to prove that I love you, that you are my mother, and I need your physical presence, or your love, physical love, many a time. Don't deny me that. And I shared my complaints with her. And on that climbing the golden staircase and reaching to the higher realm, the message was not very clear, but whatever I could understand was this, that I came to this plane, I came to the earth with the belief that, physical love is the only love. So, and physically attachment or showing, expressing the love that you have, that is very important. If that physical love is not expressed, then there is no love at all. So she has actually and another, along with that, I don't know, I'm shy to express the physical intimacy to people. I have certain, I have restricted myself in many ways. So my mother has taken that role in a way where, she wants to, teach me that, this is the words I heard, that see, there is not just physical love in the physical realm, but there is also love in the spiritual and emotional realm. You need to realize that, you need to value that. So I understand your pain. I will definitely, I understand it. I will listen to it. But you need to understand the role that I have come to, why I have come to your life, because you need to know the significance or the importance of, loving someone beyond the physical realm. That is very, very important, beyond attachment, beyond ties. So that is what I could understand. And the energy which left me at that point of time was unconditional love or free flowing love. Because when she used to place conditions like, when I do this, there is love. When I don't do this, there is no love. There were restrictions. There were some sort of conditions in that love. So the energy that left me was unconditional love, and that energy which was piling up inside me was restrictions, constricted love. I was feeling a lot of pain on my chest region. Still, I can feel it. Pain in the sense, as if somebody is hitting me with something very hard, mainly like between the my breast, that is on the chest region here. So it is really painful. And even when you ask to breathe in and out, some part of the pain left, but it is still there. I know it is still there. And this pain I have been experiencing for past many days. I have talked about this to Chechi also, but I couldn't understand. But today now I can understand why that pain is persisting in me. So I need to work on it. I know I need to work on it again. I need to redo the meditation, but this was my experience. So thank you so much for this. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Parvati, you need to ask yourself one question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What is it, sir?
In this life, you choose to understand the love beyond the physical body, physical realm. You want to experience it. From which experience you decide this?
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. This is Reshma here. So I'll keep it really brief. Thank you. Firstly, thank you so much for such an amazing meditation. And I did not actually imagine that when you started talking about the mother, I didn't think that, this would be such an important topic. In fact, so like I was having a lot of, especially last few days, like a lot of issues. I was, I have some like a lot of resentment in me, as in at home, like I take care of my mom, she's not well. And many times it happens that she keeps complaining. She undergoes dialysis and she has a lot of, I know she's in a lot of physical pain, but still, even then, she, no matter whatever I do, I take care of her, I take care of the house. I even left full-time job so that I can be with her. Whatever I do, she always finds a lot of faults in it. The food is not good enough. The house, she doesn't like the way I do things. She has always problems that I'm not being a good mom. All the things she keeps complaining. And every time she talks to her brothers and sisters, or she talks to my sister, all the time she keeps complaining. So I keep quiet. I normally don't go to fight with her in the panel. I just keep it inside. I just try to, go over with it. But this has been like, I have been having like pent up kind of, a lot of resentment has been there deep in me. So when I actually went through this, I realized I felt like there was some pressure, like some heavy weight on my shoulders, like pushing me. And I was like, just making me breathless. That's what the experience I went through. But then I always, when you told about, going to the room and seeing your mother's the real higher self, I just remembered when I was a child, my mother's always been very loving. She's always been very caring. Everything, like I've always loved my mother so much. And I just remembered all that. And I was just thinking that no matter what she does, however angry she gets with me, I should be forgiving. So that is the experience I have had, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You can wind up. See you tomorrow.
So, sorry, I have a question. Harita.
Yes.
When I entered the room, before you asked to call the higher self of the mother, the higher self was already there. Then when you gave the instruction to call the higher self of the mother, one other higher self also came and sat on the couch. I don't know who that is, but it felt like a sister. I don't have a sister.
Your mother's higher self, right?
My mother's higher self, and then next to her, one more higher self.
Okay. Is it yours?
No, my higher self came later.
Okay.
So I anyway was talking to my mother's higher self only. But this was just interesting that someone else was there.
In your childhood, is there anybody else taken care of you?
Yeah.
Who?
My nanny, one auntie, she was there for the first 7 years. She was also like my mother. Yeah.
That's it. Well, it's good. It's nice.
Okay.
It's wonderful. There is nothing.
Okay. Thank you.
So she actually sharing this information is very important, because now everyone understand. Even sometimes someone adopted, that mother's higher self and our real mother higher self both will come. Whoever we feel that mother, that much deep connection, their higher self come. That's really wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Sir, I just had one doubt, sir. When you told to enter into that room, the moment we open the door, I'm going on asked to look at a mirror.
Okay.
My mother is asking me to look at the reflection at the mirror. So and throughout I'm having this right side is so painful, but I don't have any much of a problem with my mom. We share a very good relationship. There's nothing like to pinpoint and say, oh, this is something that is disturbing me, but my mother is going on telling me to just look at the mirror. So, yeah.
So means actually what I understand. Anyway, you
Hmm.
need to connect more deeper. What I
Okay.
understand from your point is mother is telling you that you are still reflecting her. You're not being as you are.
Okay.
So you need to find yourself.
Okay. Okay.
For that actually sometimes we need to release the blind love with our mother. Sometimes in the blind love, we and mother become one. We never feel. It's like the child. Always when we are a small baby, we feel we are the mother. So mother, someone hurt mother, we also hurt. So this
Hmm.
way it move, but still that is existing. That energy is existing. So
Okay.
sometimes
Okay.
separation is needed for our
But
growth.
then why the pain, sir? Why is it painful? That restless feeling, I had to keep moving or wriggling myself on the chair because I was uncomfortable. So, usually if you're uncomfortable, is it because of some resentment that you're not aware of?
No, it is because of some resistance. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Because we are resisting not to see because it is somewhere comfortable.
Oh,
We be one with that person is comfortable, but now maybe your soul want to evolve. That's why this separation is needed. That is the time. That's why she shared like that. You are
oh.
a reflection, but you are coming here not to just reflect. You are coming
Mhm.
here to really show who you are.
Mhm.
Maybe
Because
that's
these days there is lots of things happening at home with my sister, so every day it's a talk with my mother to make her understand, amma, it is not like this, so I think we should do like this. So it's more of a talk that I'm having with her to just calm her down, or whatever, so that she understands what's happening with my sister. So there is, like, I just believe that our parents are stuck with the olden ways of thinking of this is how you need to move on. So certain things change, and we also need to change a little bit. I mean, we as children can't change our parents, we have to also go by what they say, but to just give a thought. So I don't know whether it is that part of the talk that is happening that came into effect now, uh, trying to get with my mother, the little do's and don'ts and all, whatever is happening. But I was very surprised when my mom is telling me, look at the mirror, and it's one big mirror when we are sitting on the chair, and it's like very ornated and very beautiful long mirror. So it was, I just didn't understand about the
an
reflection.
intention before sleep that please show me what exactly you want to communicate. Rather than in a symbolic way, I really want to know it
Hmm.
more in a tangible way.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, 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 okay. Thank you, sir.
Don't stuck with what I said to you.
Thank you.
Try to allow what is your real truths.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah, Rashmi, you.
Yes, sir. No. Sir, I was not able to get an answer from my mother. But the pain that I experienced while I was in the meditative state, and I had a terrible pain on my left side of the chest. So as we were breathing in and breathing out, that pain has reduced. Majorly, I was wondering. No, the major complaint that I always had was that, as a child, I have always felt that I have not met the standards that my mother had. she was a very able person, very thinking, and I was always on the caring, loving side, but meeting some standards, a benchmark was not my part, is what I had through always. And there could be so my always my complaint was it, if there is some discussion going on and I give a suggestion, my mother would brush it out saying it is very childish. I mean, you're very young, you're too small, നിങ്ങൾക്കിത് മനസ്സിലാവില്ല, what you're saying is not practical and all that. And when we go to a group where there could be my cousins who are like 5 years elder to me, they would have given the same suggestion that I have given, and my mother would actually accept it, execute it, or no, she would appreciate them for getting so deep. So I always had this feeling, I'm 5 years younger and I still could understand that. So, but every time Amma used to brush it, I used to find it very difficult at that time. And from then I used to always struggle to prove that, no, I am good enough. I can get to that level of thinking, I keep on doing that. Now, so that was a phase I used to really struggle. Now nowadays I know that, my mother says, oh, she can do it. That acceptance of what I can do, it has come in through, but now the benchmark has gone higher. So I feel that, I'm now struggling to meet that, because now I'm in my family, I'm kind of very close knit to my family members, be it my maternal or paternal side. I connect with my relatives better than most of my other family members. So when there is when they are in a good or a bad position, my mother voluntarily says, oh, Rashmi will be there. So now I struggle, because sometimes I cannot be there for them at that moment when they really wanted, not physically, emotionally, or mentally. I'm not able to be there whenever my mother says, oh, don't worry, she is there. So it's now for me, I know a couple of times I've told my mother, sometimes it's not possible. You don't take that saying that, no, Rashmi is there, Rashmi will take care, you don't have to worry about it. Good or bad, don't put that burden on me, because sometimes there could be some situations where I would want to refrain from being there. But I have not been able to get that answer through this meditation, why she is doing that to me. Because there was a point in my life when she used to just brush away everything that I did, and now she's accepted it, the benchmark is going higher. So for me, I don't want to be going on struggling, saying that, to prove again and again that, no, I am right. So I've not got the answer. Probably I'll get the answer tonight. But
The
this is,
benchmark is less. Now the benchmark is high.
yes.
Both situation you are struggling.
Yes.
So through that, what you are understanding?
So what I felt when I had the when we asked us to tell her the complaint, I did not get an answer. I did not get any answer. But when you told us to breathe in and breathe out, the pain went away. The pain of telling that ഒന്നിനും അയ്യോ അവള് കുട്ടിയല്ല, അവൾക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ എന്തെങ്കിലും പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി, that was what she would not accept. But the same thing, if somebody else says, it is considered of high regard. So that thing I always had a complaint, you never accepted me then. ഇപ്പൊ അമ്മയ്ക്ക് ചിലപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ വലുതായിരിക്കാം, പക്ഷെ അന്ന് എനിക്ക് ആ ഒരു സപ്പോർട്ട് അമ്മ തന്നിട്ടില്ല. That is how I complained to her then. So now the other complaint that I had is, അമ്മ ഇപ്പൊ അമ്മ എന്നെ സമ്മതിച്ചും പറഞ്ഞ എന്തിനാ എനിക്ക് എന്നും പുതിയ ഒരു ടാസ്ക് തരുന്നത്. That is how my new complaint is. Because sometimes I feel that if I don't do it, more than the person who is expecting me to help them, my mother will be hurt that I am not there. So I don't want to hurt my mother. No, but maybe sometimes I feel that when my mother voluntarily says that, no, she can be there, I explain to them, sorry, I'm not able to them. They understand. But my mother has a question, why is it that you are not able to be there for them? So I know I'm this doubt. Why is she not able to understand that I cannot be everywhere resolving everybody's issues or being in everybody's celebration? And sometimes it is okay that, sometimes we are not there. She's not expecting my physical presence. And I'm not meaning that, but no, where I had that, she wants me to be a part of that celebration or the sickness or their illness, their troubled times. She expects me to be there for them. So if there is a delay also, she says, you should have done it earlier. Maybe she expected in the morning, I could do it only after 2 days. Then, you should have called, you should have done this to that moment. Why did it get delayed for 2 days? So that is still pending. And most interestingly, when we were in this meditation, my son says he came and opened the door because he thought I had called out to him. But then, I was in complete meditation. So he came now and is asking, you were in your meditative state. Why did you call out to me? So I said, no, I did not call out. And he's like, no, Amma, I clearly heard you call me. And I came into the room, but then you did not say anything. So I don't know.
To know about the connection between you and your mother, because there is very interesting. Okay. That's great. Okay, friends.
Thank you, sir.
Tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, sir.